Demons are some of the biggest, scariest creatures in all of Magic. But what if every single demon that entered the battlefield also blasted something for damage equal to its power? That's exactly what Lakor, the Dark Master, does best. And once the demons start dropping, life totals start popping. Hey everyone, I'm Panharmonicon, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the first Demon Prince of Chaos himself, and honestly, the commander that Demon Tribal always wanted. He's all the way from the Warhammer 40k universe. It's Lakor, the Dark Master. And if you love drawing a bunch of cards, casting massive flying monsters, and blasting your opponents when you do, this deck is for you. Lakor is a 6/5 Demon Noble with flying for 6 mana, 3 colorless, 1 blue, 1 black, and 1 red. And he comes with 2 absolutely insane abilities. First, when Lakor enters the battlefield, you draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the number of demons you control. And second, whenever another demon enters the battlefield under your control, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. What that means is, every time Lakor enters, you refill your hand. Even if he's the only demon you control, you're guaranteed at least 1 card. But once you start building your board of demons, things get out of control quickly. Every demon entering the battlefield becomes a direct damage spell. Suddenly you're hitting opponents for 5, 6, or even 7 damage at a time. And remember, both of Lakor's abilities trigger on ETB, and that little detail becomes very important. The strategy for this deck is pretty straightforward. First, we ramp. Demons are notoriously expensive creatures, so the early turns of the game are really about setting up our mana and preparing for the late game. Next, we start casting demons and building our board presence. Once Lakor hits the battlefield, we start drawing cards, refilling our hand, and turning every demon into a damage engine. And finally, we win the game by triggering Lakor's second ability multiple times, blasting creatures, planeswalkers, and opponents until everyone else is out of life. Basically, we let the demons do what demons do best: destroy everything. Before we even get into the demons themselves, I have to say it. Panharmonicon, the channel's namesake. And it's absolutely insane here. Because both of Lakor's abilities trigger on entering the battlefield, Panharmonicon doubles those triggers. Lakor draws twice the cards, and every demon entering deals twice the damage. And that's before we even talk about the fact that many demons already have their own ETB effects. So let's look at some of the best ones. Bloodthirster is incredibly scary. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, it untaps. It gives you another combat phase. That means Bloodthirster can potentially attack 3 times in a single turn, which gets scary fast. The Great Unclean One drains each opponent for 2 life at the end of your turn, then creates a 1/3 demon token for each opponent with less life than you. That's extra demons entering the battlefield, which means extra Lakor triggers. Varragoth, Bloodsky Sire, is a fantastic utility demon. Its boast ability tutors any card to the top of the library, letting you set up exactly the demon or support piece you need next turn. Runescar Demon is a big flying body that tutors any card directly to your hand when it enters. Simple, powerful, and perfect for this deck. Plague Drone shuts down life gain strategies by turning life gain into damage instead. Blood Crusher of Khorne gives all your creatures trample, which is fantastic for breaking through stalled board states. Then we have 2 incredibly scary cards, Bloodletter of Aclazotz and Archfiend of Despair. Both of these double damage and life loss, which means every Lakor trigger suddenly becomes devastating. Archfiend even shuts down opponents' life gain entirely, making it incredibly hard for opponents to stabilize. Balor is a really flexible demon. Whenever it attacks or dies, you get to choose different effects, including forcing opponents to draw and discard cards, sacrificing artifacts, or taking damage equal to the number of cards in their hand. Dream Devourer is a great early game demon. It allows you to foretell any card in your hand, letting you stash expensive spells for later and protect yourself from discard effects. Sower of Discord is nasty. When it enters, it links 2 players together. Whenever one of them loses life, the other loses that much life too. Combine that with Lakor's damage triggers? Yes please. Lord Xander the Collector is just pure chaos. When it enters, an opponent discards half their hand. When it attacks, someone mills half their library. And when it dies, someone sacrifices half of their non-land permanents. It's ridiculous. And finally, we have Burning Rune Demon, which chooses for 2 cards, and an opponent chooses which one goes to your hand and which goes to the graveyard. Either way, you usually win. Next, let's talk about a few support cards that make the deck run even smoother. Raphael, Fiendish Savior, isn't technically a demon, but he buffs all your demons by +1/+1 and gives them lifelink. And he creates devil tokens if creatures have died. Demonic Council was practically made for this deck. For 2 mana, you tutor a demon straight to your hand. And grabbing a Herald of Slanesh early can dramatically speed up your game plan. Warstorm Surge is another huge synergy piece. It effectively doubles Bellacor's damage ability. And if Panharmonicon is also on the battlefield, suddenly each demon can trigger 4 damage effects. Reflections of Lidyara copies demons when you cast them, and Be'lakor sees both copies enter, meaning 2 triggers per demon. Molten Echoes does something similar. It creates a temporary copy of any demon entering the battlefield, which gains haste before being exiled at the end of your turn, but that's still another Be'lakor trigger. Malakir Rebirth is a sneaky protection spell that can also be played as a land. If Be'lakor would die, you could bring him right back, triggering his card draw again. And for protecting or blinking Be'lakor, we have Ghostly Flicker, Displace, and Essence Flux. These let us re-trigger Be'lakor's ETB ability and draw a fresh set of cards. Even though Be'lakor already draws cards, we're definitely not stopping there. Lord of Change is a 6/6 flying demon with Ward 3 that draws 3 cards when it enters the battlefield. Big body, big value. Rakdos, Patron of Chaos, forces opponents to either sacrifice permanents or let you draw cards. Harvester of Souls draws whenever non-token creatures die. That's any non-token creature. And then there's Villis, Broker of Blood, which turns life loss into card draw. And since Be'lakor already makes us lose life when drawing cards, this synergy here is incredible. Bloodgift Demon acts like a Phyrexian arena on a demon body. An Indulgent Tormentor forces opponents to either sacrifice creatures or let you draw cards. Demonic Covenant draws a card whenever a demon you control attacks a player. In a 4-player game, that can easily be 3 cards every turn. On top of that, it creates a 5/5 demon token every turn, which also triggers Be'lakor's second ability. Unholy Annex draws you a card at the end of your turn, and if you control a demon, it drains each opponent. Later, Ritual Chainmail even creates a 6/6 demon token, giving us yet another Be'lakor trigger. And then we have Liliana's Contract, which is perfect for the demon tribe. When it enters the battlefield, you draw 4 cards. And if you ever start your upkeep controlling 4 demons with different names, you simply win the game. Demons usually bring destruction with them. Rakdos the Showstopper flips coins to destroy non-demon creatures. Qadir Doomscourge forces opponents to attack each other. It also drains your opponents when creatures die. Archfiend of Depravity limits opponents to only 2 creatures and makes them sack everything else. And Chaos Defiler randomly destroys non-land permanents. Then we have Kindred Dominance, a one-sided board wipe that leaves our demons intact, plus a suite of effective removal like Pongify, Rapid Hybridization, Feed the Swarm, Chaos Warp, Terminate, and Bedevil. We even run Counterspell and an offer you can't refuse for some extra protection. Because demons are so expensive, ramp is crucial. Herald of Slanesh gives demons haste and reduces their cost by 2. Rakdos, Lord of Riots, can massively discount creatures if opponents have lost life. Heartless Summoning and Urza's Incubator both reduce the cost of our demons further. An Ancient Seller Spawn and Herald's Horn add additional mana discounts, card advantage, and ping. The rest of the RAM package includes staples like Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, and the 3 Grixis Talismans. And now, a few lands that stand out. Reliquary Tower lets us keep all the cards we drew from Lakor. The Juka Bog gives us free graveyard hate. An Unclaimed Territory and Secluded Courtyard help fix mana for tribal decks. Lakor is such a cool demon-focused commander. The biggest challenge is that demons aren't in colors that ramp particularly well, so we have to rely on artifacts and cost reduction effects. But once Lakor hits the battlefield and demons start entering, the deck snowballs very quickly. Just remember, if Lakor gets removed, it costs 8 mana to bring him back, so protect him whenever you can. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this breakdown, leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more synergy-based commander content. If you'd like to support the channel further and help vote on future videos, memberships are available. And hey, if you're picking up any of these cards, consider using my TCG Player affiliate link down below. And until next time, may all your demons burn your opponents.